Hi and welcome back to Finding Stillness. You won't hear my name here, not because I'm hiding, but because this space isn't about me. It's about you, your breath, your thoughts, and the questions you might not even know how to ask. This space is for moments like this one that I feel like I'm in at the moment, and maybe that you guys are in as well, when things feel uncertain, when we don't have clear answers, and when we're kind of not sure what's next. This episode is called The Sound of Not Knowing, because sometimes stillness isn't a calm lake, it isn't clear skies, it's not a tidy room. Sometimes it's a quiet ache, sometimes it's confusion, and in my case I feel like it's grief at the moment. And sometimes it's that space between one chapter ending and the next chapter beginning. So today we're going to sit in that space and just feel what it's like to not know. And I know that is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for me as well. There are seasons where nothing makes sense, when you can't figure out what you feel or what you want, or even sometimes what you believe. When the path ahead feels like fogged up windows, you know there is something beyond it, but you can't quite make it out. Uncertainty is often misunderstood. We treat it like a flaw, like we've done something wrong by not having all the answers. But what if not knowing is part of becoming? What if that's not a detour but a door? A doorway into something new. We are so used to the noise of certainty. Quick answers, Google searches, advice columns, research papers, and in today's world, AI tools that give you answers straight away. But real transformation often begins where those things end. When formulas stop working and all you have left is your breath and your beginning. And in that uncomfortable, soft silence, you realize maybe, just maybe, you don't need to know it all. Not yet. There have been days when I feel, like now, disconnected from myself. Like I'm having to live in my body, but going through motions, but something in me is kind of gone still. Not that peaceful still, but that confused still, that heavy blank. I'd wake up and not know why I was so tired, or what I was supposed to do next. I'd force clarity, and I'd force myself to journal it out and make plans, but nothing would work. And for a long time I thought that meant something was wrong with me, that I had fallen behind, that I had lost the thread. But slowly I started to see that this is not knowing, this quiet stretch of uncertainty. It was its own kind of sacred pause. Sometimes the soul needs time to catch up. Sometimes we outgrow our old ways of being before the new ones are ready to take shape. It's like standing in an empty room that once filled with something of meaning, before you know how to redecorate it again. It feels strange and unfamiliar, but also honest. And in those moments, I heard something inside me say gently, "You don't need to figure it all out now." It did not sound like a command or a shout. It was quiet, and it wasn't an answer, but it was just permission. Permission that I gave myself to rest, to listen, and to trust the space between becoming and not knowing. So if you're here now, in your own in-between, I want to speak directly to that part of you. You are not broken, you are not behind, and you are most definitely not late to your life. You are in that chapter that doesn't have a title yet, one that doesn't look like progress, but it is. Because holding space for not knowing, that's the kind of strength too. You don't have to push through it. You don't have to dress it up or even explain it. Just let it be for what it is. Let's pause here together. Wherever you are, take a slow and gentle breath in. And now exhale. Feel the air move through you. Notice where your body might be tense and give it permission to be soft. You are allowed to be still. You are allowed to be unsure. And you are allowed to not know. Sometimes I wonder what our lives would look like if we had the ability to celebrate not knowing, if we honored the questions instead of fearing them. Think about how many beautiful things begin in uncertainty. The first pages of a journal, the early hours before dawn, the pause before you say something honest, the quiet before the big change. What if that not knowing was actual fertile ground? What if your doubt and discomfort were signals that something inside you is shifting, growing, preparing for the new shape you haven't fully stepped into? That thought that doesn't erase the hard feelings, but it makes space for them to be less lonely. The sound of not knowing isn't silence. It's not emptiness. It's something softer. It's a hum beneath the surface, the quiet heartbeat of becoming, the breath before breakthrough. You don't need to rush this moment. It's okay just to be here. Thank you for being here, for sharing this moment of stillness with me. Whatever you're carrying, whatever you're feeling, I hope this space reminded you that you're not alone. Take care of yourself today. Drink something warm. Rest if you need to. Be gentle with your heart. You don't have to rush back into the noise of the world. Take your time. Breathe. Be soft with yourself. I'll be here whenever you're ready to return. Until then, stay gentle.